The extreme rebuild is something I may or may not have come up with. I don't really know. But I have been asked countless times to destroy the Kansas City Chiefs. And I've been wanting to bring this series back for a long time now, so I thought what better team to do it with than this season's Super Bowl winner. But I'll explain to you exactly what the extreme rebuild is in just 1 second. Not literally, but you know what I mean. But super quick, massive thank you for 7,500 subscribers. We're past that a little bit at this point. We're getting closer and closer to 10K, which is super exciting. Hopefully we can hit that by the end of the summer. So let's see if we can get to 8,000 subscribers from this video. And once we hit 8,000, I'll have another special new type of video come out. So subscribe if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one. And let me know you enjoy this video by dropping a like. Let's see if we can get to 900 likes. And when we hit that, I'll have another new, different type of rebuild come out whenever we hit that. And let me know what team you would want me to extreme rebuild next after I explain exactly what this is, which, speaking of that, that's enough plugging, and let's actually get into this rebuild. So like I said, the extreme rebuild is something I may or may not have come up with, but it is chaotic, we'll just say that. There isn't much explaining I have to do. In fact, there's really only one rule, and that is that I have to trade every single player that has interest from another team. It can be yellow interest, it can be whatever interest, but I have to trade every single original player on this team. That means Chris Jones, that means Travis Kelce, that means Creed Humphrey, that means Patrick goddamn Mahomes. I have to trade everybody. So year one is going to be awful. Like straight up, it's just gonna be terrible. But once we start getting into the drafts, we're gonna have a crazy amount of draft picks. So it's really gonna put my drafting ability to the test here. And we're gonna have to see how good I can make this team after completely gutting it. But I don't wanna waste any more time. I'm not gonna show y'all every single trade because that would get super long. But I'll at least show me trading probably the 5 best players on this team. So that's gonna be Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Creed Humphrey, and I guess Joe Tooney. So with that, let's get into the trades and let the chaos begin. Okay, so I'm gonna do the top 5 in reverse order because I'm just evil like that. We're gonna go Tooney and then we're gonna go all the way up to Mahomes for the last one, just to save the best for last. But we're getting more for Joe Tooney than I thought we could get. We're sending him to the Dolphins for a 1st round pick and a 3rd round pick. We'll definitely take that. And I'm kind of curious how many 1st round picks we can get. And here we're getting 2 1st round picks, one this year and one next year, and a 3rd this year from the Titans for Creed Humphrey. Wow, I'm kind of surprised that went through. We are getting a 1st this year and next year from the Cardinals and Budda Baker for Chris Jones. We took their best player, which, to be fair, I have no idea why the Cardinals would make this trade. Well, I guess Budda Baker does kind of want out, but I feel like in rebuild mode, Chris Jones maybe wouldn't want to play there and you would probably want to keep your picks. But they accepted the trade, so that's not my fault. Well, it's definitely not meant to be a realistic rebuild. We're going to be trading Travis Kelce to the Bengals for 2 firsts and T. Higgins. I do think T. Higgins is decently overrated right now. I've seen people call him like a top 10 receiver. I think you're smoking crack if you think that, or you're just incredibly biased. I don't know. But I think he could be. Again, I don't know why the Bengals would make this trade, but they accepted it, so we'll take it. And now time for the big one. What's the weirdest team I could send him to? God, I feel like this is nowhere near enough value, but we're going to be getting a 1st round pick, Jonathan Taylor and Quentin Nelson from the Colts for Patrick Mahomes. I wanted to get a 1st and a few good players that are pretty young for Patrick Mahomes, but this is where I wish there were more trade options available. I'm very glad that's coming next year, and that could make this series extra fun if y'all enjoy it and want me to keep doing it. Because players like Patrick Mahomes, we might be able to get like 5 good players in a 1st round pick or something like that. But Patrick Mahomes is now gone, but at least we got some pretty good players in return. So with that, I'm going to trade the rest of the team away, and we'll see how many draft picks we can get. All right, well, this is the team after we are done trading, and let me just say, we were definitely successful in destroying it. Now, I did sign some decent free agents, Dalton Reisner, Jawan James, I guess, and then I brought Marcus Peters back just for fun. There are some good free agents I signed here too, Miles Jack, John Johnson, few more. So any Chiefs player we have left, like Jalen Watson, Justin Ross, John Ross, they just didn't have interest from another team. But with that, I'm ready to get into the rebuild. This is going to be a fun one. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 1. Okay, that's actually so goddamn stupid. We're 5-2 at the midseason point of year 1. This team is doing better than some like 90 overall teams that I build. There is no way that this why are we 5-2? Carson Strong is going absolutely hard in the paint. 19 passing touchdowns already. Jonathan Taylor's doing pretty well. We're not really losing a step going from Travis Kelce to Blake Bell, apparently. The line sucks, but that's to be expected. Our defense doesn't look too amazing, but again, that's how it should be. All right, well, do we have any re-signings that really matter? Tommy Townsend, I guess, 4 years, 14.4 mil. That's a lot of fours. I did re-sign, or not re-sign, but I signed Kareem Hunt out of free agency just for fun. I do maybe want some of the free agents I signed back, but probably not all of them. We'll just see which ones do the best. But with that, let's get to the end of year 1, and I hate this game, dude. All right, well, at the end of year number 1, we finished 10-7. And of course, the team we're going to be taking on in the wild card is the Indianapolis Colts, now led by Patrick Mahomes. We did take 2 of their best players, but they're still here because they have Patrick Mahomes. Do I want to check out the season stats, or will it just make me depressed? That's going to be a big theme in this video, realizing how terrible simulation really is. So if you don't like complaining, then maybe this isn't the video for you, but it's going to be something, man. Carson Strong finished with 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 19 picks. That's a lot of picks, but to be fair, he was like a 60 overall. He should probably have more and a lot less touchdowns. I don't think that's going to be good enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but we'll see. Jonathan Taylor with 1,300 yards, 4.8 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Pretty good year from him. Blake Bell with 1,100 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's, I mean, I wish he was younger because he could turn into our like tight end 1 of the future, but he's just too old. It's not going to work out. Players can't develop if they're past a certain age, which is stupid, but whatever. I mean, they can, but you know what I mean. It's impossible. Even with 1,100 yards, he only went up 1 overall. Justin Ross with 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. He also might have a shot at Offensive Rookie of the Year. We'll see. T. Higgins with only 800 yards. Justin Ross was definitely our number 1 receiver. And then John Ross with 500 yards and Jonathan Taylor with 500 receiving yards. Blocking, it was bad, but to be fair, that's to be expected. What isn't great is Quentin Nelson was really bad, but he's not a great pass blocker anyways, so I guess that's fair. But not that many sacks, that's a little ridiculous. Miles Jack with 124 tackles led the team. Tackles for loss 10 for Ngakoue and Ferrell. I said that really weird, but I'm not gonna fix it. Yannick Ngakoue with 8.5 sacks led the team. Cleveland Ferrell with 5, and then nothing really outside of that. And then interceptions, 4 for Budda Baker, 2 for Jack and Peters, and then 1 for a few players. So our defense definitely wasn't amazing, at least in terms of stats, but our offense was way better than it should have been. MVP goes to Jalen Hurts here. Fair enough. Definitely an interesting top 10. I'm surprised to see no Patrick Mahomes up here, though, even though he is on the Colts now. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Joe Mixon. Any Chiefs? Justin Ross at number 8, Jonathan Taylor at 9. Surprisingly, no Blake Bell. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Jadeveon Clowney on the Broncos now. No Chiefs up here, unsurprisingly. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Justin Ross. We'll take it. And Carson Strong must have just thrown too many interceptions. He's up there, but down at number 9. I feel like he should have been higher than that. He was pretty good. Did throw a lot of picks, though. It was like a Jameis Winston Winston-type beat. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Will Anderson. Jeremiah Gamel at number 7. I didn't even know he got playing time. Jalen Watson at number 8, even though neither of them are rookies. Same with our 2 offensive guys. Neither of them are rookies anymore, but you can't switch players' experience for some reason, so we'll have to live with it. Actually, wait, can you? I feel like I saw that you can now, but you used to not be able to? Hold on. Or maybe not. No, never mind. I don't know what I'm smoking. But of course, like I was saying, we do have a playoff game with a 75 overall team. I don't want to waste too much time, but I also do want to complain again. I want to see the teams we made the playoffs instead of. Okay, so the Seahawks somehow went 2-15. The Vikings were only 4-13. Same with the Patriots. The Titans, they don't have a great roster, but they have an amazing coaching staff and a better team than us. The Steelers, same deal. We make the playoffs over the Ravens, one of the best rosters in the NFL. Same with the Browns and the Lions and the Jets. Simulation is so bad, dude. I know the Chiefs have a great coaching staff too, but a team that literally trades every single player away should not be able to make the playoffs. But I'll stop complaining for the time being at least, even though it is really dumb. We have a lot of scenarios here. We have a weak link scenario. Our defense was bad, apparently, unsurprisingly. What were we good at? We were good at, I don't know, were we good at anything here? Let's go slow down the run. I don't even know who their running back would be, so it might not be too hard to do that. I think they have Zach Moss or something now. And then we have a hot opponent scenario. Shout out Bobby Schmurda. We'll go be confident, as always, of course, plus 10 everything for both teams. And then a first of many scenario. Always got to play it cool, you know me. But with that, let's simulate this game out against the Colts, and I hope to God we do not get a win. Okay, thank God, we almost did win, but we do get taken down 30-28. It's gonna be so infuriating, getting worse in terms of record every year, but when we actually have a good roster, it's gonna be great. All right, well, that's a that's a Super Bowl. The Broncos beat the 49ers 26-21. Isn't that one that's happened before? Wasn't that like the biggest Super Bowl blowout ever? Let me see. Okay, yeah, the 49ers beat the Broncos 55-10 in Super Bowl, what is that? XXIV, is that 24? Poor Broncos, dude. They've been blown out in some Super Bowls before. But we have a couple upgrades here for Justin Ross. He will be up to a 75 overall. And did he get a dev trait? I sure hope so. Okay, he went up to star. I was hoping he would go up to superstar, but we will definitely take star. I mean, he could be a stud in real life. Just injuries are definitely a big problem for him. But in terms of re-signings, take a look at that number in the top right. We have negative 16 mil to work with. I'm guessing it's because of the draft picks we have. It counts the cap space early. So we're definitely not going to be able to bring anybody here back, including Carson Strong, who for some reason didn't get a dev trait. I feel like if a quarterback had that kind of season, they would go up past a 61, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Again, I've said this a million times, it should be easier for lower overall players to develop than it is, and harder for higher overall players to develop than it is. Because then you just end up with a player doing really well and only going up like from a 58 to a 61, and then you have like 1099 overall players at each position. It's stupid. But anyways, yeah, we're not going to be able to bring anybody back, and this team is going to look terrible, but thankfully we have about 1 million draft picks, so I think we'll be okay. All right, well, here in the draft, our first pick is at number 6 overall, which is fine, but considering we had how many picks? How many first-round picks do we have? We have 8 first-round picks, and 6 of those 8 are 21 or later, so that's unfortunate, to say the least. But let's simulate to our first pick, and let's see what we can do here. So the best quarterback in the class is still available. He doesn't look amazing, but Aiden Bates, first to second round talent. He's only 5'11", which is interesting. His player notes aren't great. This dude is definitely gonna have normal dev, but I'm hoping he's at least a good overall player. Well, he'll probably be around like a 73, maybe a 74, but he has really good ratings, so I don't know, man. He's not crazy athletic, but decently athletic. Good throw. He just looks overall okay, but he's the best we can really get in this class, so we're gonna take Aiden Bates. Again, 5'11", 225, 22 years old, out of Purdue. Let's Let's take him. And he does actually have hidden dev. Okay, I will never understand what triggers like a dev trait for players, but we'll take it. And we of course have back-to-back picks here, 6 and 7. And let's see what we want to do with this pick. I might go with Julian Lipton. He's 6'5", 259, 22 years old, out of Michigan. He's really strong. We'll obviously move him down to defensive end. He's more of a pass rusher. A awareness, A play rec, A hit power, A to C power moves. I wish that was scouted. Hopefully it is A. Hopefully A pursuit. Hopefully at least B tackle. It was hard to find a player that looked worth taking top 10, almost top 5, but Lipton does look pretty good, so let's take him. And he also has hidden dev. Solid speed, good strength. He looks like a pretty good player too. I don't know if either of those two are amazing, but they should be decent. At least I'm hoping so, at least. It's kind of tough. This isn't a very good draft class, honestly. Some of the top guys looked really good, but they're obviously gone now. Let's see if there's a good receiver. Diego Roman could be pretty good. He's 5'8", 189, 22 years old, out of Florida State. Ran a 4.27 at the combine, and that's only second. A 4.25 at his pro day, and that's only third. Rookie receivers are so fast in this game. Has A deep route, B catching, which is not bad for someone who looks like a pure deep threat. The medium route running isn't very good, but a lot of pure deep threat receivers have F deep route or medium route running, so that sounds good enough to me. A to C awareness, it'll probably be more like a C like realistically, but hopefully it's more like an A because that's a very important stat. But let's take Diego Roman, and he also has hidden dev. We're getting pretty lucky with the dev traits. 96 speed, which honestly seems a little low. I feel like it should be more around like 98 if you're running a 4.27, but maybe that's just me. But he looks like a pretty good player. Ooh, his picture down there is terrifying, low-key. That's a hefty shadow on the side of his face. All right, well, we're gonna need to do like God's work to this offensive line. So let's start now, and I think I'm gonna go Brendan Hyde. Doesn't look amazing, but he has good power, good impact blocking, good strength. Only 21 years old. He's massive. 6'3", 344 out of South Carolina. Let's take him. And another hidden dev player. You love to see it. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take every first round pick, and then I will pick the second and some later picks, but I don't want this to take like an eternity, so I'm not gonna show all of them, but I will take a good amount of the picks we have, even though there are a ton. Let's go with another lineman, Stevie Faulkner. Good strength, good speed, was first or second for a good amount of things at the combine. His jumping isn't great, but he's a lineman, who cares? He actually doesn't look great, but we have so many picks anyways. Let's take him. And another hidden dev. Beautiful. Now with pick 27, Tyrone Maxwell looks really good. He's 6 foot, 185, 21 years old, left-handed, just like me for real, out of Oklahoma State. Good 40, good bench press, good ratings, B zone coverage, C man coverage isn't terrible at all. He's like the best looking corner available. This guy very well could have normal dev. A lot of the corners that are similar to him do, but we'll see. And he doesn't. Still all hidden dev. This is going really well. And with one of our last picks, I think this is our second to last in the first round. We're gonna go Grant Harvey. He's gonna be our Travis Kelce replacement. Blake Bell did really well. It's just he's obviously gonna regress like crazy. And imagine what production like an actual good tight end would have done right there. Not that Blake Bell's like terrible in real life, but he's not a very good overall. But yeah, Grant Harvey has really good ratings, was the fastest tight end at the combine, and has a ton of A's in at least B's across the board. So let's take him. And of course, another hidden dev. Really good speed, good acceleration. I like that pick a lot. And with the last pick I'm gonna show here, I think we're gonna go with Javier Redmond. Is the fastest strong safety in the class. I don't know why that was hard for me to say, but he has solid ratings. I just like the speed. His pursuit is bad though, but it's better than going with the guy above him who has good ratings, like A tackle, A block shed, A hit power, but he ran a 4.67. So it says decent speed. I wouldn't call a 4.67 decent for a safety, but fair enough. Let's go with Javier Redmond. Good safety out of Alabama, only 21 years old. Let's take him. And we do finally hit our first normal dev, but that doesn't mean he's bad. He still could be a good overall. We'll see. But with that, I'm gonna make at least most of the second round picks until I just don't see another player worth taking, and then I'll simulate the rest out. But with that, I'll see y'all once I'm done. Wish me luck. All right, well, here's how we did in the draft. We did very well. I'm not gonna go through and click on every player, but Aiden Bates, I will click on because he's gonna be our quarterback and was our first pick. 74 overall, good throw power, good short accuracy. Overall, just well-rounded looking player. Isn't like amazing at anything, but isn't like terrible at anything either. Just a good player, and we'll take that. I didn't even realize our top 2 picks have the exact same face. That's interesting. Julian Lipton. I thought he looked different. I guess not. But he's a 75. Really good power moves for a rookie. Looks like a really good player too. And then I think the highest overall player was Diego Roman at a 76. We didn't get like any monsters or anything, but Roman looks pretty good. Obviously 96 speed, good deep route, good spec catch. Overall good looking receiver. And then we picked a couple 73 overall linemen. Maxwell's a 74. Grant Harvey, the tight end, is a 74. Unfortunate last name for the linebacker right there. He did have a hidden dev trait. I don't think Bernie Flowers did, or did he? No, he didn't, but looks like a decent enough player. He might be our 3rd corner. Jaron Auble did have a dev trait, and he was really athletic, almost 80 speed as a defensive tackle. This guy looked a lot better than he actually was. He's only a 64 overall. He had like A to C finesse and power moves. Apparently they were both C. This guy was available way later than I thought he would be. He isn't very fast, but he's a 75 overall. 99 spec catch. I mean, it's a 98 because -1 morale, but this guy's pretty good too. He's not going to have an opportunity to play. He'll be our 4th receiver, but he's pretty good. He's immediately one of the best, probably the best 4th receiver in the NFL. Edward Serra is a 74 at tackle. We really crushed this draft later, low-key. Emmanuel Davis, a guard, is pretty good. I think I took every pick up to, I think Michael Santos was the last pick I took. And the CPU actually got a really good tackle in Dan Rhodes. He was a guard. I moved him to tackle because he makes more sense there. I haven't looked at the team, but I feel like we did really, really well. Well, the team's looking pretty good. We did get a rookie player for every single position where we needed one, so that's great to see. And hopefully, at least some of these hidden devs will be superstar. I honestly don't have a great feeling about it, and I feel like it is going to be a lot of star devs, but we'll have to see. Hopefully, Aiden Bates can do really well as a rookie. And then on defense, it's mostly all rookies where we would need one. Just Jalen Watson is still playing, and I guess I can play Flowers, Bernie Flowers. Hopefully he'll be the new Brandon Flowers. I mean, that's the right position. And then the only other non-rookie that isn't like a great player already is Cleland Ferrell, but he was decent for us last year. Hopefully Lipton can do well. Hopefully just all of our players that have dev traits do well, so maybe they can go up to superstar even if they don't already have it. But like I said, the team is looking really nice. So with that, let's get to the mid-season point of year 2, and hopefully we can do pretty well. Alright, well, of course, at the mid-season point of year 2, with a better team, we are doing worse. We're 2-5, which is fair. That's probably about where we should be. So I'm not going to complain too much, but of course we're better, or worse, with a better team. But there isn't a lot to do here. We do have a breakout receiver. Is it going to be Justin Ross? It is. Okay, 3+ touchdowns or 150+ total yards. I don't know about that, but I'd like to think we could hit it. We'll see. And then we have some re-signings here. Definitely some big ones. Jonathan Taylor, we obviously want back. We'll offer him 7 years, 97 mil, and he does take it. T. Higgins, we will offer him 5 years, 86.5 mil. He also takes it. And then, do we really need anybody else here back? I mean, it's just a lot of backups mostly. I mean, Cleland Ferrell is a starter, but So we'll wait. Maybe if one of them like randomly does well, then we'll re-sign him, but probably not. But with that, let's just simulate a week, and hopefully Justin Ross can hit his dev trait, but probably not. All right, well, we do lose to the Cowboys, which is valid. They had a better team. We still did put up 24 points, though, so let's see if we hit it. We did not. Unfortunate. So we'll just get to the end of the year, and hopefully we can at least get some good development. We'll see. Okay, well, that's about what I expected. At the end of year number 2, we are 5-12. Now, we do have a pretty good team. We're up to an 80 overall already, and I actually want to check. Which should I check first? We'll check the dev traits first. Did we have any good dev traits? Ooh, okay, we have a couple on offense. Faulkner, the center, and then Harvey, the tight end, both have superstar dev. Everybody else, unfortunately, has star, but that's fine. And then on defense, Unfortunately, nobody here has superstar. Our defense is going to need some work. It's a 76 overall, while our offense is an 84. Just a little bit of a difference there, but that's something we can do this offseason. That's fine. But let's check out some of the season stats really quick. Ooh, Aiden Bates wasn't very good as a rookie. I mean, that would be a good rookie year for real life. That would be fine, but for Madden, that's 4,600 yards, 21 touchdowns, 14 picks. That's not great. Jonathan Taylor, 1,400 yards, 6.1 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns. 2 1,000-yard receivers in T. Higgins, in Grant Harvey. Justin Ross with 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. Roman is a rookie with 800 yards. Blocking, the tackle duo was terrible between Dan Rhodes and Edward Serra, but the rest of the line was fine. Brian Epstein, unfortunate last name again, led the team with 132 tackles. Tackles for loss, 21 for Jaron Auble, 17 for Julian Lipton, 10 for Cleveland Ferrell, and then sacks, 15 for Julian Lipton as a rookie. He was really good. Ferrell with 5.5, Auble with 3. Meh, it's a big fall off after Lipton. And then interceptions, 3 for Cole Pritchett. He was really good. 111 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, half a sack, and 3 picks. We'll have a couple players up there for defensive rookie of the year. And then 2 interceptions for Baker, and then 1 for Flowers and Maxwell. But let's check out yearly awards. I don't think we're going to have anyone for MVP, at least I highly doubt it. Herbert, of course it's 2 division rivals at the top 2 spots getting to go against our defense. Justin Herbert wins MVP. Jimmy Garoppolo at number 2. Offensive player of the year goes to 3 division rivals at the top, with Adams winning it. Jonathan Taylor at number 8. We'll take someone up there. Defensive player of the year goes to Myles Garrett. Julian Lipton at number 6 as a rookie. He was very good. Offensive rookie of the year does go to Aiden Bates. Huh, okay, we'll take it. I mean, he wasn't that good, but there must just not have been much competition. I kind of thought Harvey would win it, but he's at number 3. Diego Roman at 5. Henry LeBlanc at number 9. I don't know who that is, I'm gonna be honest. And then Julian Lipton, of course, wins defensive rookie of the year with Cole Pritchett at number 2. Jaron Auble at number 4. Bernie Flowers at number 6. Brian Epstein at number 7. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. Maxwell at 10. So we, of course, had a ton of players up there. But that's all for us to do here. We're just gonna have to hope we do better next year. We could do a year 4. I'll think about it. But with that, let's get into the offseason, and hopefully we can turn this into an actual good team now. Okay, so in the Super Bowl, the Raiders, I figured that was gonna happen, beat the Commanders, arguably 2 poverty franchises currently, 27-21. That's definitely a Super Bowl. We have some upgrades here, 2 for Aiden Bates, 1 for Julian Lipton. Hopefully Bates got superstar. I don't know why he wouldn't have for winning rookie of the year, but we'll see. Okay, and he does. I was thinking about replacing him. We still could if there's like a really good quarterback, but with superstar dev, that's pretty nice. And then Julian Lipton, hopefully he went up to at least superstar. It doesn't look like he has X Factor. So yeah, superstar dev for him. 91 power moves after his rookie year. God damn. And then for re-signings, there just really isn't anyone we need back too bad. I mean, Farrell played fine, but we can upgrade there. He's not interested. So we'll just let everybody here go, and hopefully there's some good players available in free agency, especially on defense. Okay, actually, super quick before I show y'all the contracts I'm offering, I want to see, did we get any other dev ups? No, I don't think so. At least not on offense. On defense, also none, kind of surprisingly. Or wait, did Jalen Watson of all players dev up? That's interesting. I wish it was one of the rookies, but fair enough. Oh wait, Pritchett did. Where was he? I swear to God, I just didn't see him. Okay, so we'll take that. I mean, he's only a 70 overall still. He was almost defensive rookie of the year and still only went up to a 70 overall. That's why I think the dev system is stupid. But these are gonna be the players we're gonna go for. We're going for a big class. It's gonna be Tristan Wirfs, which there's no guarantee that we get him. The Chiefs, or the Commanders, who were just in the Super Bowl, are also very interested. AJ Terrell, who I rarely see in free agency. I guess trading away our players had a big effect on the league. Shocking, I know. Christian Wilkins, we're also in pretty big need of a defensive tackle, so that would be nice. Xavier McKinney, our rookie free safety, I can't remember his name. I never can remember the generated player names. He didn't do that well, so we're gonna try and bring in McKinney, and then Isaiah Simmons, just to be another good linebacker. So with that, let's see if any of these players sign right off the bat. I would guess that we get at least 3 or 4 out of these 5. Let's see though. So 3 players sign, but Simmons and Terrell do not sign sign yet. We do get Wirfs, Wilkins, and McKinney. Okay, I'll readjust these offers, and I might make even more offers because we have a lot of money still. All right, well, I adjusted these two, and then I offered Jonathan Grenard an offer. I know he does pretty well in this game a lot of the time, so in case we can't get like a good rookie, he'll just be the starter on the opposite side of Lipton. So let's see if we can get any of these three players. In the top two do sign, and we get AJ Terrell and Isaiah Simmons. So all the top 5 players we were going for, we do get. And do we get Grenard? We do. Okay, beautiful. Now this defense definitely won't be looking too bad at all. Okay, yeah, 85 overall, 87 offense, 83 defense, with most of our players being second-year players. Well, not most anymore, but a good amount of them. That sounds pretty good to me. All right, well, here in the draft, I am like shocked we didn't end up with a number 1 overall pick in either year, considering how many first round picks we've had, but at least we do have the 2nd overall pick. However, that's just our pick. That's not one we got from a team. That's just ours. So the Jets have the number 1 pick, and they go with someone I wasn't thinking of, an Eastern Washington quarterback at number 1 overall. That's interesting. Ooh, I'm glad I focus scouted those guys. Neither of them are that good. Okay. I wanted a pass rusher here, but none of them are good. This guy might be okay. What does he look like compared to the ones that we know aren't amazing? He might be even worse. Bryce Campbell looks like the best, probably. I don't know if that's worth taking here. None of them look good. But what else would we really even need? That's the question. We could trade this pick down. Are there any decent offers? Probably not, but we'll see. No, there are not. And we don't really need more picks anyways. We have about 1 million, so we'll just stick here. I feel like anything we do is going to be a reach if it's at a relative position of need. This receiver looks good. Is he fast? Kinda. Not a chance I'm picking him number 2 overall, though. Let's just go. Should we go with Sean Goodwin or Godwin? He also doesn't look very good. That's the problem. I'm very conflicted here, if you couldn't tell. Spencer Yates looks good. Is he number 2 overall good, though? Hell no. Does Cody Trainer look better than our quarterback? Maybe. His play action's pretty bad, though. What are the top 2 QBs? Eastern Washington and Eastern Michigan? Excuse me? This guy had a crazy combine, though. But he's not a scheme fit. He's already 23, and he's not that scouted. Like, we don't know much about him. But also, that might be kind of fun. You know what? Nah, we'll just go Sean Godwin here. I'm taking him over the other guys because the other guy we have is a power rusher. Our rush ends are speed and power. Sometimes they're both the same, like both will be power, both will be speed, but we have one of each. So the guy we took last year, Lipton, is a power guy. Godwin's a speed guy. He looks okay. He just happens to be a scheme fit, so let's take him. He does have hidden dev, solid speed, good excel, could be a decent player. We'll see. Oh, the quarterback's still available. That's probably a good thing we didn't take him then, because he's probably not good, but he could be. What's our next pick? 16. I do probably want a defensive tackle with the next pick. Spencer Yates does look really good. I hope he's still available there. Trainer just looks really fun. There isn't really a reason that we should take him, but there kind of is. Our quarterback last year, even though he won Rookie of the Year, he wasn't that good. His player notes aren't that good. Most of them are, but gets happy feet and feels non-existent pressure, pulling some Sam Darnold shit, and abandons initial reads in favor of the check down. That's not great. And his throw power's only solid. I want to for fun, but also I know it's not smart because he's not going to be very good and I'm going to be very disappointed. Let's just go with Spencer Yates. He actually looks like a good player, and if he's not, should go up in overall, moving to defensive tackle at the very least. Good speed for a 300-pound player, good strength, good overall ratings. Not the best. He is a low injury player, which is kind of interesting, but let's take him. Spencer Yates, 6'6", 300 pounds, 21 years old, out of South Carolina. Hopefully he's good. And he does have hidden dev. I'm kind of surprised about that. Really good strength, good speed for a defensive tackle. I really like that pick. He could be a really good overall player. Not that we even needed a defensive tackle because that one rookie was good last year, but if we can upgrade, we might as well upgrade. You know what I mean? And I don't really know what else we even need now. We could go for like a corner. Neither of these top 2 guys look that good though. All right, well, there isn't really anybody that's super interesting left, so I might make some of these picks, but not too many. I'll probably just simulate most of this out. Ooh, Jason Pemberton actually might be pretty good. So I might pick him, and then I might simulate the rest out. We'll see. You're in a 4.25, 4.24 at his pro day. A deep route, decent catching traffic. Is he going to be that good? I don't know, but he looks kind of fun. All right, this is going to be our last pick of this draft. He's 5'8", which isn't ideal. 190, 21 years old, out of Notre Dame. Let's take him. He does have hidden dev, 97 speed. Jason Pemberton might be a good player. We'll see. But I am going to maybe take a few more picks and then simulate the rest. So with that, I'll see y'all at the draft recap heading into year number 3. All right, well, I'm not going to spend too much time going over this, but we might have done even better than last year. Godwin moved down to defensive end as a 75. He was a 74. Spencer Yates went up to a 76. He was a 74. Jason Pemberton was our best player at a 77 overall. And I see why. He has 87 spec catch as a 5'8 player. Are you kidding me? We'll take it, but damn. Well, I guess short players can still make crazy catches, but normally that's a thing with like possession receivers in this game at least. And I took every pick up to Anthony Favors right here. I was thinking about taking him early, but I just took him. He was still available in the second round, and he's a 76 overall. Unfortunately, no dev trait, but I think he might start. He's a good player. I think Cedric Bridge might start too. We'll see. He has a dev trait. We did get a few starters here for sure, at least 4. And then the CPU, they took a decent defensive tackle, but they kind of just took absolutely nothing other than him. So it is what it is. We did well. I don't know what the CPU did, but we drafted pretty well. So with that, let's get into year number 3, potentially the final year of the rebuild, and let's see what we can do. All right, well, here's a look at the team heading into the 3rd and potentially final year of the rebuild, depending on how we do. I mean, if we like suck and miss the playoffs, then I'll probably do another year, which that's likely. We'll just say that because we actually have a decent team now at an 84 overall. It's nothing crazy, but considering we traded everybody away, that's not too bad. A lot of good dev traits here on offense. Literally every starter has a dev trait, so we will take that. Hopefully Aiden Bates can do better in year number 2. We'll see. Few new starters though. Tristan Wirfs, Pemberton at receiver, but everyone else is the same, I'm pretty sure. And then on defense, quite a few new starters here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new starters on defense, so hopefully we can do better on the defensive side of the ball this year. We'll see. We're an 81 overall defense, 87 offense, but that's only going to get better throughout the year. I mean, this is obviously a very, very young team. So with that, let's get to I guess we'll get to the midseason point of year 3 because we don't know for sure if it's going to be the last year. So let's simulate there and let's see how this team can do. Okay, so at the midseason point of year 3, we are chilling at 5-2. We're looking pretty good. I kind of thought we were going to flop this year, but we definitely aren't, at least so far. Now, the division is very strong this year. Pretty much every team is tied. I mean, the Chargers are 1 win behind, but to be fair, they've played 1 less game, so they might catch up this week. So every team is pretty much tied. So no promises that we make the playoffs, but hopefully. But we have some re-signings. I don't know if these are going to matter depending on if we do make the playoffs or not. But a Baker is here. We'll offer him 5 years, 86 mil, and he does take it, and that's going to be the only player we're going to be able to re-sign. So if there is another year, no more Justin Ross, but we've kind of replaced him at this point, so meh. But there just isn't a lot for us to do here, so with that, let's get to the end of year 3, and hopefully we can finish pretty strong. All right, well, super quick before I reveal how we did in year number 3, y'all know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like, be sure to drop a sub. I mean, if you haven't done both of those yet and you've made it all the way here, clearly you've enjoyed the video at least a little bit, so I would very much appreciate it, unless you like fell asleep or something, which I hope you're having nightmares right now. No, that's fucked up, I'm sorry. But the team is very, very good. 87 overall, 89 offense, 85 defense. This team would only get better as the years go on, just I don't have all the time in the world. I have to have this video out later today as of the time of recording this. Ooh, Yates, the defensive tackle, does have superstar dev. Unfortunately, he looks like the only rookie that had a dev trait, or a superstar dev trait. We didn't hit 1 X factor in the drafts throughout this whole thing. That's kind of crazy to me, but at least we hit a few superstars. We'll take it. But in year number 3, we finished 11-6, winning the division and making the playoff. Now let's check out some of the season stats. Aiden Bates was definitely better this year. Still not amazing compared to like a lot of quarterbacks in this game, but still good. 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 9 picks, not bad at all. Jonathan Taylor with 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, good yards per carry. No 1,000-yard receivers, surprisingly. Grant Harvey was our number one with 900 yards, 6 touchdowns, and nobody else was really all that good. Jonathan Taylor had 700 receiving yards, though. He might be up there for Offensive Player of the Year. We'll see. Blocking, it was fine. These top 4 weren't all that good. Wirfs was fine for Madden numbers, at least. Quentin Nelson was very good, though. On defense, Isaiah Simmons led the team in tackles with 123, Epstein with 112, tackles for loss 16 for Julian Lipton, 14 for Godwin, 12 for Christian Wilkins, and then sacks 14 for Christian Wilkins led the team. Definitely a very good signing. Almost like fell over. Julian Lipton with 12 and a half. He was really good again. 7 for Sean Godwin, even 5 for Spencer Yates as a rookie, and then interceptions 6 for AJ Terrell. So our signings this year were very, very important to our success. 2 interceptions for Maxwell and then 1 for a lot of players. We were only 20th for offensive yards, which is surprising. I mean, this is one of the most broken offensive playbooks in this game. And then 25th on defense. 16th for points scored, 6th. So our defense kind of carried this year somehow. I mean, at least we made the playoffs, but that's weird. Josh Allen wins MVP here. Kirk Cousins up here. That's kind of rare. Desmond Ridder. This is a weird list. Mac Jones, Trey Lance. All right. Jonathan Taylor does win Offensive Player of the Year. We'll take that. No other Chief. Zeke on the Colts. So they don't, I mean, well, Zeke isn't nearly as good as Jonathan Taylor anymore, but could be worse for them. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett again, I think. I think he won it last year too. Christian Wilkins at number 7. I'm surprised he's not even a little higher, but we'll take someone being up there. Enrique Cockring, I don't know, wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Browns. Jason Pemberton at number 4. No other Chiefs. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Sean Godwin. Spencer Yates at number 3. Anthony Favors at 5. Cedric Bridge, the linebacker, at number 8. So we'll take it. Another Defensive Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, no offensive, but we didn't really have any players other than Pemberton starting on offense as rookies. But we're going to be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals here. We traded them somebody, didn't we? We traded them like, wasn't it Travis Kelce? I wonder if he retired yet or if he's still there. No, he's still there. I mean, this team really hasn't changed too much other than that. And obviously us taking, why can't I think of his name? Taking T. Higgins from them. So this might be a tough game. We have a first of many scenario here. No guarantees that we even win a playoff game in this rebuild. We will go play it cool though. But with that, let's jump in against the Bengals. Let's watch it simulate and let's see if we can take them down. All right, well, here we go in the wild card against the Bengals in a rivalry game pretty much. I mean, I would consider this a rivalry, especially lately with all their players talking shit on each other. I feel like the playoffs, especially like the conference championship and on, were like a big mess this year. Like there were Eagles and 49ers fans arguing to start off, which like Brock Purdy got hurt, like injuries happen, grow up, I don't know. And then the whole like messy calls in the Super Bowl, which I still do think the Eagles got cheated. I know the situation, or the whole opinion has shifted, like the Chiefs won it fair. I don't think it was the most egregious holding ever. There were worse things that the Chiefs got away with in that game. At least that's just my opinion, I don't know. But anyways, I'll stop making people mad. Let's simulate this game out and let's inevitably lose. It is tied 14-14 in the first quarter. Lots of scoring here. The Bengals are up 17-14, but we do tie it. They get a touchdown, and we get a field goal heading into half. We take the lead in the third quarter. There's too much scoring going on. My brain can't keep up. We have the lead in the fourth quarter, now 37-27. They get a touchdown, and they are going to drive and kick a field goal to bring it to overtime, but we kick a field goal to win the game 40-37. That game hurt my brain. That was too much going on, but we get a win, surprisingly. I think our first playoff win of the rebuild, so we'll take it. That was a classic Brandon the Simp rambling moment. I love to ramble, apparently. Upgrade for Brian Epstein, we'll take it, but we do win a very high scoring game. We have a recap for the first of many before we check who we're going to take on on in the divisional. Give me those sweet and juicy staff points, please and thank you. But let's oh wait, we actually beat the Bengals in back-to-back weeks. I didn't even notice we took them on in week 18 and beat them. That's kind of fun. But let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. The 11-6 New York Jets. All right, we have an upgrade for Stevie Faulkner, our center. We'll take that. But with that, let's not waste any more time and let's jump in against the Jets. All right, here we go in the divisional. Of course, another home game for us against New York, the New York Jets to be more specific. But y'all already knew that. I don't know why I'm clarifying that. I'm rambling like a lunatic now. I don't know why, but let's simulate this game out and let's see if we can get another win. The Jets go up early 7-0. We kick a field goal. That's not a great sign. Normally when that happens, we end up losing. They get a touchdown to make it 14-3. Now 21-3 in the second quarter. We finally get a touchdown, but it might be too little too late. They have an 11-point lead, now an 18-point lead. They are smoking us here. They're up 35-10. We do get another touchdown, but again, much too little too late. We tried to come back at the end there, but we do lose. I think it was 35-24. Tough scenes out here. But that's going to be the end of today's rebuild. This is a really good team, all things considered, 87 overall. I mean, this is where we might be if we just stuck with the regular Chiefs roster to begin with. So I'm really happy with how this team is looking. Unfortunately, we're going to have to call it here if I want to get this video out. It's already going to be a day late, but it is what it is. But again, I really hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Once we hit 900 likes on this video, I'll have a special video out. And once we hit 8,000 subscribers, I'll have another special new type of video out. So be sure to like, be sure to subscribe if you want to be an OG of the channel too, of course. And let me know what team you would want me to do an extreme rebuild of, because I can do any team, obviously. But that's going to be the end for today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.